Good morning, traders. This is Tony from easyMarkets. We do have a little bit of a rest from the volatility overnight. You saw some range trading in the euro, a little bit of pullback in the pound, a grind higher though in the dollar yen, suggesting that the market is still trying to buy back some of that US dollar that it's been selling for the last few months. And the preferred way to do that, if you think the Fed is going to be opening up the door for December to raise rates, and that's a 50-50, and it could easily go either way here. Long dollar yen's most receptive to that. You are seeing yields in America start to creep higher again as well. So there's reasons for you to be long dollar yen. You can't expect Japan to announce its end of QE or announce raising rates anytime soon. So Japan could be left behind in any sort of global resurgence. That means the dollar yen can go higher, even if the US dollar in general doesn't do that well in the next couple of months. The euro just sitting underneath that 120, hasn't really had a dig at it again. And the pound, well, there's actually some negative headlines out from a few sources overnight about the Brexit. And in particular, Boris is potentially going to be challenging May in regards to what he wants. He doesn't want May to give any of the big bill to the EU. And at this point, he might get fired or challenged for the prime ministership, and that's the big sort of danger here. And there's a big speech coming up on Friday now that the whole market's sort of looking forward to as a source of the next big move in the euro. And it's an updated vision for the Brexit plan from May. Exactly where she changes course or what the new direction is probably going to underpin what the pound does in the next couple of weeks. Because the Bank of England going towards raising rates is actually dependent upon Brexit negotiations continuing smoothly. If she hunkers down and doubles down on being a hard Brexit, then perhaps not just the political turmoil sends the pound lower, but also the lessened chance of November rate hike in that turmoil would also hit the pound in sort of a double whammy from these levels. So it's not clear or 100% sure that the pound can go higher if that was to become the case. And so Friday is becoming very important for the pound short term. In regards to the FOMC on Thursday, the 50-50 chance for the December rate hike meeting means that depending on how much emphasis that Yellen puts on inflation, whether the market's going to respond to that. She has the ability to close the door on December, but fairly likely she leaves it open, but not in a way which signals to the market that it's going to be 100%, given that there are still concerns about some of the data points. So 50-50 at the current market, it probably won't change too much in that regards. If she keeps on with the same message she's been giving in the last couple of speeches she's given, then you shouldn't expect too much volatility from this. So FOMC as a source of volatility isn't going to be there. You may have to go searching for some other pairs to get that volatility. What's coming up on the weekend, though, you are seeing German elections. Very likely that you are going to get Merkel winning. She's a strong favourite. And the New Zealand elections, that's much closer. If Labour wins, there could be some downside to the Kiwi. 100 to 200 pips is the call there. And if the ruling party continues, the Conservatives, then you may see the Kiwi start to rebound and play a little bit of catch-up because it's underperforming with recently anyway, with the political uncertainty. All right, guys, if you want to have a chat about certain pairs and some of the stretchness of certain run-ups here, continuing, you're seeing some pretty big moves in terms of all-time highs in the stock markets. We've got some ways to play short stocks. If you've never been into the VIX market, the VIX is a product that allows you to get exposure in a very, very limited risk way. So you don't really have to pick the top, you just have to pick the time. And the time for the VIX is 1 month contract. The new contract started today, and so you could use that as a bit of a play here if you expect the stock market in the next month to have a correction. Come through and I'll explain to you what the VIX is and how to get involved in it, and potentially what you're looking for and what levels it can get to. All right, guys, so call through on the numbers below, or if you do want to have a chat and you're not a member of the easyMarkets Active Traders group, you can see the link below. Join up there and you'll get to talk to a dealer like myself before you trade.